All right, folks, I'm going to get started here because we've got a bunch of items to get through. If you could please take your seat, grab some food, feel free to get up and fill your plates, but I'm going to get started so we can get back to chatting up and celebrating the wonderful year that we've had at the TPMA. My name is Andrew Williams. I'm the CEO and chair of the TPMA. Okay, perfect. I'll just start off with a quick land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the land we are meeting on is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, Chippewa, Haudenosaunee, Wendat peoples, and many diverse First Nation, Inuit, and Métis people. We acknowledge that Toronto is covered by the Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. Who has been to a TPMA event before? Okay. Who's here for the first time? Wow, you picked a very unique and special and extraordinary TPMA event. This is our AGM. So this is our annual general meeting. The TPMA has been around since the early 2000s in various forms, and our mission is to connect and elevate the product people of the GTA region. And so we do that through a lot of different programs that we'll be talking about today. And today is where we take a look back at the year. We elect some new board members or some existing board members, and we celebrate and have a good time. So thank you very much for joining us. We wouldn't be able to do this without the amazing support of BrainStation, and so I'm going to invite Natalie up here to say a few words.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Natalie. I'm on the community team here at BrainStation. Just wanted to take a quick moment, welcome you all into our space and say thank you for coming. I know a few of you would definitely be returning, but has anyone here not been to BrainStation before? Couple, oh, just one. Okay, well, welcome back to many of you and welcome to anyone joining for the first time. Just to reiterate our mission, BrainStation is a global leader in digital skills and AI training. We work with professionals like yourselves in training across the entire digital spectrum, so product, marketing, data, and AI. We do this through our professional certifications, our enterprise workshops. We work with industry-leading organizations as well to train their teams just to become equipped with the skills needed to succeed in today's digital economy. We were founded just up the street here in Toronto 14 years ago, and our mission has really remained the same, and that's just to be a hub for Toronto professionals to come together and connect and push ideas forward through conversation. So yeah, we love to welcome groups like TPMA into our space to continue these conversations, and thank you again for coming tonight. Enjoy your evening, and I'm sure you'll see your faces again soon.
Thank you so much. We have been with BrainStation almost the entire year, and it has been such a wonderful venue and meeting place for us. So thank you so much for hosting us. It's been really, really great. We also have quite a few other brands and companies that have joined as sponsors and partners, and quite a few of them have perks for our members. So if you are interested in some of these software, Lodestone is a software for communication and strategizing as PMs. Bisbee is a Miro alternative that is Canadian hosted and focused on Canadian sovereign data, so great for people working in more government and public organizations. And Whiteboard Studio is a design and merchandise partner. So if you're, building a team and you want some discounts on maybe merch or swag for your internal team, they give 10% discount. So we're adding more and more perks at member perks all the time. So yeah, keep on checking back. We also have two levels of membership, free and community builder members. The community builder membership gives you 25% off all our programming, including our conference programming, which happens in May or happened in May for the first time this year. So it's a great way to support the association, but then also get some great discounts. I'm going to quickly call Rosemary up, who's our chair for our monthly event speakers, because she's got a request.
Sorry, I was snarfing one of the wonderful sandwiches. So I am currently building our 2026 program. I will be throughout the summer, kind of on a rolling basis, evaluating our speaker submissions. In the autumn, we're really going to be looking at sort of applied tactical skills, things like product, like go to market, stakeholder management, user research. And then in the winter spring programs, we're really going to be centering on career development and different pathways and sort of career reflection, etc. So if any of those things resonate with you, or if you feel like you have a story to tell, please do submit a talk proposal. I work with all of our speakers personally and build the programs from scratch, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a really great way of developing your speaker skills and your presentation skills, and it actually ends up really benefiting your career in the end because you have something to point to, something to put on social media, and it helps people kind of understand who you are as a thinker and as a practitioner. So it benefits you a ton. So if you have any inkling or any desire to kind of get in front of an audience, this is a really wonderful first safe space to do so. So I highly, highly recommend you do it. And I love working with speakers. So please give it a whirl. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rosemary. Okay, so we're gonna now dive into the meat of the meeting. So a few things up top. So this is also going out online. We've muted all the online participants for reducing noise disruptions. The AGM package was formally distributed by email, including the agenda for this meeting with all the resolutions, and that was sent back a couple weeks or months ago. All voting this year, whether or not you're online or with us today, is going to be done via our online portal. So if you haven't currently voted yet, we will be sharing some links in a couple of minutes where you can cast your vote on the various items that we have. You can vote as long as you are an active member of the association, either free or the community tier. So we're actually going to have some formal motions here. So I'm going to ask the secretary to table notice of this meeting. Mr. Secretary? Thank you, AJ. The Secretary of the Association has advised me that the quorum of the members is present, allowing the meeting to properly be constituted for the transaction of business. And now I call this meeting to order. I will, woo! It's a very formal meeting if it's your first time. We don't usually do this, but some things have to be done the right way. I will now appoint a recording secretary for the minutes of this member meetings, AJ Rowley, Secretary of the TPMA. I will also appoint Barbara Schrader as a scrutineer responsible for collecting and counting the voting ballots from online voting. I would like to quickly introduce our current board of directors, myself, Barbara Schrader, who's our vice chair and leads our volunteer team, AJ Rowley, our secretary, Joyce Lowe, our officer of the board and treasurer, our directors, Rhythm Raswant, Care Fader, Ben McPhee, Rosemary King, Balalji Gopan, and our membership program director, Shannon Gibson, and our events officer, Jackie Mountso. So this is our board of directors, and they've been working tirelessly this entire year. So I think a quick round of applause is due. So our agenda for today, we've already covered some of the meeting administration, but there is a resolution to approve the 2026 AGM agenda. There's a resolution to approve the minutes from the last AGM so they can be formally entered into the record. There is a resolution to waive the audit requirement. We'll talk about that in a second. There will be the election of the directors, which includes nomination videos and then the formal vote. I will be delivering a report on how our year was and how the programs performed. Joyce, our treasurer, will give a review of our financial statements. We will go over the election results, and if there's any other business, we will close out the meeting and get back to talking, eating, and drinking. So I would like, there's the agenda. So may I have a motion to approve the agenda? Rosemary King, and and a second? Joanna? Okay, perfect. Actually, and if you're going to approve, please just say your first name and last initial, and it will be entered into the record. Okay, perfect. So the motion is passed. For the next section of the agenda, we have 3 business items that the members are going to be voting on. So we'll table the first 2 motions and the election of the directors at large, and then you'll get to vote on all 3 at the same time. Oh, yeah, we're to this. Okay, so the 2025, oh, great, sorry, one second. Yes, the 2025 AGM minutes were sent to all members by email in the advance of this meeting. May I have a motion to approve the 2025 AGM minutes? Sorry, first, Tom G. Second, thank you. And our next item is the resolution to waive the requirement to appoint and retain a public accountant to conduct an audit of the fiscal year ending in May 2026. This was a consideration given to the annual revenue generated by the TPMA, and we had some advice from legal counsel and the threshold set by the Ontario Not-for-Profit Corporations Act, where they recommend to waive this audit for not-for-profit organizations that are less than 500K in revenue. So I ask for a motion to waive the public accountant appointment. So can I get a first? Perfect, thank you. And a second? Thank you very much. Okay, you guys are doing great. We're now on to the slightly more exciting part. It is the election of the directors. So how this works. Our next order of business is the direct election of the directors at large to our board of direction. We currently have 5 returning directors and 4 seats for that board open for election. 2 seats are up for re-election, including my own seat and Rhythm's seat. 1 seat has been vacant since February, and 1 seat is being vacated by our current secretary, who will be continuing on as our secretary from an officer role and relinquishing his board vote up to a new board member. The board appointed a nomination committee to identify the nominee directors, and all nominations were submitted by Friday, May 15th. We got 12 nominations, and the nominations committee evaluated the candidates based on membership tenure, experience in product management, past activity and engagement in the community, the current expertise that we need on the board, and their personal reasons for being nominated. We selected 8, or the nomination committee selected 8 nominees, and we gave each nominee the opportunity to introduce themselves. As a quick pause, I think it's an incredibly brave thing to put yourself up for a public vote. This is not a normal thing that most of us have to do in our day jobs. And each and every person that submitted a nomination and has put those really is trying to help this community. So I think a really big round of applause for that. Okay, perfect. All right, so we're going to see now quick video statements from each of the nominees to help inform your votes. We will also get a voting link ready. So this is going to allow you to vote on your phone. You just need to sign into your TPMA account. If you've already voted, sit tight. We'll get through this fairly quickly. We all good? Okay, perfect. If you do need, another link, I think there are some volunteers that can send you the link on Slack, or if you need to find it, I'm sure someone can send you the voting link. Okay. Great. So we will go into our first statements from each of the candidates.
I'm Alok Duclay. I'm Alok Duclay. I'm a product leader based out of Toronto, and I'm currently leading CRM and CMS space. I'm also director at Inteliza, a company that I've founded and scaled to over 500 enterprises. I'm Alok Duclay. I'm a product leader based out of Toronto, and I'm currently leading product at Bluefish in the CRM and CMS space. I'm also director at Inteliza, a company that I've founded and scaled to over 500 enterprise customers across 10 countries. I'm really excited to be standing for the TPMA board position. I'm genuinely interested in the product management space, and I love taking products from 0 to 1 and to scale. I've done this on both sides of the spectrum as a founding team member as well as in large enterprise settings. I believe product management is at an interesting inflection point thanks to AI, and this serves also as an opportunity to stand out and differentiate. TPMA, in that sense, is in a unique position to further that conversation and to also establish Toronto as an innovation hub. And I'd love to be part of that and help build that. I've been part of TPMA as a mentor, as a mentee, attended events, and spoken to the leadership. I'm particularly drawn to the leadership events portfolio. I believe well-curated events can have a great impact in terms of disseminating information, sharing best practices, as well as building networks. And I've done something very similar in an incubator and a venture capital division in the past, wherein I curated events for the leadership of portfolio companies. So I do have know-how as well as number of ideas.
This
that
is
I'd love to
embarrassing,
share
but I
with
have
the
to.
team. Thank you again for the opportunity,
Hey
and I'd
everyone,
love
my name
to
is
help
Andrew
grow
Williams. I'm the
TPMA.
current CEO of the Toronto Product Management Association, and I'm standing for re-election to the board this year. It has been an amazing 3 years serving on this board. Hey everyone, my name is Andrew Williams. I'm the current CEO of the Toronto Product Management Association, and I'm standing for re-election to the board this year. It has been an amazing 3 years serving on this board. For the first 2, I was the event chair, and the last year I've been serving as the CEO. Under my leadership, the association has grown to the largest it's ever been in its 25-year history. We've executed over 30 different events this year. We've had 2 different mentorship cohorts. We've introduced the Toronto Product Conference and delivered so many different programming types and different ways to solve different member problems and help build community. I love product management. I love the community that we've built here, and I think we're only scratching the surface of what we can do with the TPMA. I would really appreciate your support and your vote so that I can spend another 3 years growing what I think could be one of the best and most well-respected and most impactful product communities in the world. I'm really excited about all the ways that I can continue to grow the association, expanding our product conference to being even better than it was this year, to experimenting with regional meetups in cities around the GTA, to improving and continuing to expand our mentorship program so we can connect even more mentors and mentees, and trying different experiments to bring more and more value to our members every year.
Thank you.
So I would really appreciate your vote. And
hello, fellow TPMA members. My name is Cassandra Pennant, and I'm submitting my nomination to be a director on the board. Let me talk about my why and what I've done. Hello, fellow TPMA members. My name is Cassandra Pennant, and I'm submitting my nomination to be a director on the board. Let me talk about my why and what I've done. As soon as I became a member, within the first 6 months, I knew I wanted to do more. So I signed up and became the volunteer community manager, where over the past year, I've led the volunteer recruitment efforts for the various teams of work that we have here at the TPMA, being able to support the board achieve their objectives. It's a very critical role because you have to put the right people into the right places so that we can all benefit from the amazing programs and services that we provide at TPMA. But in addition to that, I also was the volunteer chair at Toronto Product Con. As soon as it was announced, I felt compelled to put my hand up and support it in a bigger way than I normally thought I could do. I was responsible for recruitment, documentation, full volunteer strategy, and ensuring that our attendees had an amazing day. What will I bring? Well, I'm running for the board because I want to help others feel the same sense of community that I have felt
pathways
in
for
TPMA.
membership.
I want to continue the evolution of a member-centric organization, creating real pathways for learning, mentorship, and leadership. I care deeply about strengthening and building programming that reflects today's product landscape, and I really want to help expand our reach across Canada. I have extensive experience in event planning. I've organized annual industry conferences while working in oil and gas, and I am currently a lead organizer for an annual hackathon for innovation in the financial services space. Building community is my passion. It's executed through strong strategy. I'm organized and detail-oriented, and I love to plan and to collaborate. But as a product leader, I've stretched myself to learn and improve my craft along the way across many industries. I put the customer first above all else. My efforts have been globally recognized in the financial services industry with award-winning product lines, and I've also been a speaker at leading tech events preaching the gospel of product management. This is my stuff. Ultimately, I see you as my stakeholders, and I'm ready to bring my energy, my experience, my network, and my
Hello, I am Joanna Lung. Hello, I am Joanna Lung. I have been as part of this community for a few years now. Started off attending Praxio events. The community gave me a space to have candid conversations with peers facing the same challenges as I am. People are still call on for a sounding board. A few doors even opened because of the people I've met here. When the community evolved to the TPMA, I wanted to lean in further. This community showed up for me. Running for the board felt like a natural way to give back, and that is why I am running for the board. I have been a PM for the last 8 years. Before that, I spent 8 years in marketing. Right now, I'm consulting independently, helping small, medium businesses adapting AI to drive operational efficiency. I work at the center of the biggest shift happening to our field. TPMA needs someone with marketing expertise who is also a practicing PM. I have both. And I bring 5 years of board experience working within the volunteering team, taking initiative and driving project completion. And on the AI front, I want to contribute to this community in 3 ways. For individual PMs, practical sessions on how to use AI in your practice, what tools matter, what skills employers are testing for, and how to level up without drowning yourself in noise. For product builder, cut through the hype, help you focus on what you need right now to navigate and build with the latest AI capabilities. And as an industry, we're not just using AI, we're building it. We have a role in shaping how it shows up in our world. Policy, access, education. I want TPMA to be where Canadian PMs have those conversations. This community gives me connection, peers, and a space to grow. I am here to own a piece of what makes that possible for the next person. Thank you. I'm Joanna Lung.
Hi everyone, I'm Joyce. For the past 2 years, I have served as your treasurer at TPMA. For the past 2 years, I have served as your treasurer at TPMA. If we haven't met, it's because my work has been behind the scenes, managing the budget, forecasting, and ensuring your membership dollars are used wisely. I love this work because financial health is what gives our organization freedom to build new initiatives. In treasurer meetings, I spent 2 years working side by side with the past and current president. I have had a front row view to how TPMA operates, from managing our banking relationship to handling taxes and reimbursement. I know the inner working inside out, and there's no learning curve for me. I'm ready to step into the director role and deliver value from day one. I'm ready for director because I want to make a bigger impact. I want to make sure when we have new initiatives, we have the financial structure to make them successful. The track record is already there. During my 2 years as treasurer, from 2024 to 2025, we turned our net profit from negative to positive. From 2025 to 2026, as we expanded our program, we tripled our revenue. As your director, my goal is simple: to bridge the gap between our vision and our financial reality so we can pursue new opportunity with confidence. I'm asking for your vote because I have the experience, the dedication, and the execution. I'm Joyce, and I look forward to serving you as your next director.
Hey everyone, I'm Prasanna. I've been in product management for the last 20 years, and today I work as an independent product consultant serving out of GTA. Since learning in 2016, I've been in and out of TPMA, attended quite a few online sessions and a couple of in-person sessions. But using all of my product consulting experience and knowing the ups and downs of the product world, everyday product world, I would like to help the next chapter of the TPMA. I'm running for director at large to continue on the great work that the team has already been doing. I would like to focus on two areas. First and foremost, I would like to enhance our digital platform and our member resources. Secondly, I would like to bridge the geographic gap that we have. Places like Brampton and Mississauga are having incredible product talent, but commuting to Toronto downtown could be a challenge for them. I would like to build the West GTA presence and bring our community closer to them. Ultimately, my vision for TPMA is to make it as a global community similar to Seattle once and making it as the career engine for our TPMA members. I am ready to serve and give back to the community, but I would like to have you vote for that. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Rhythm. To those of you who don't know me, I've been with the board for the last 6 years as a director. I'm so proud of what we have accomplished together as a team and as a community. I went back and did some reflection about my time at the TPMA and asked some community members to share their experiences of the impact we were able to create together. So here you go.
As an attendee, I found the workshops incredibly valuable because they are practical, collaborative, and focused on real challenges. It's not just theory. As a volunteer, I got to see the amount of effort and care that goes into creating these experiences. And as a facilitator, I really appreciated the leadership team's openness to listening to new ideas and turning them into reality.
I recently had the pleasure of working with Rhythm on two separate occasions. The first was late last year, 2025, where Rhythm helped us with one of our sessions that we had with the TPMA, talking about AI and product management, vibe coding, that sort of stuff. And Rhythm made it very smooth, took care of so many things for us. And so it was such a pleasure to work with. And it's happening again, coming up in a AI workshop session that we're setting up. I think we're targeting June. And once again, tremendously helpful, very responsive, and really on the ball. So I think Rhythm has done a fantastic job with the TPMA.
Rhythm has really helped me to grow in my career. Ever since the first event that he helped me to put on around building agents, I have completely changed in my career trajectory. I've done more events, and it's given me the confidence to grow in my company and change my role, given them the confidence that I could be more public facing as a person speaking out for them.
And I was lucky enough to win the Alan Armstrong Bursary this year, for which Rhythm was a part of. And throughout the process, he had been very helpful, especially when it came to choosing courses. The course that I did end up taking was my first step towards product management from a marketing perspective. So I would like to thank everyone for the impact that this bursary had, because I would have never taken that step without the scholarship.
And I chose to utilize the bursary for the course that helped me think more practically about how AI can support real product decisions, and not just innovation for the sake of it. Working in youth mental health, it helped me better understand how product managers use AI responsibly to improve access, support teams, and create meaningful social impact for the young people.
This bursary is really, really helpful as someone who is just starting out in their product career to learn a bit more about product sense, meet other product managers, and have some sort of strong foundation as I sort of progress throughout my career. None of this would have been possible without the support of Rhythm and the entire TPMA community. So thank you.
I've known Rhythm since 2018 when he was a new student at Schulich, and I've seen him actively engage with the community through the TPMA over the years. Those of you that know me know that I believe in the ABCs of product management. Always be curious. Well, Rhythm embodies that. And I know he will continue to be an asset to the association and the board of directors.
Thank you to everyone with whom I got an opportunity to work with to grow this amazing community. It's definitely been one of the most fulfilling experiences of my career. Before joining the TPMA, I was just a newcomer to Canada, trying to build a network and a career in product management. This community was there every step of the way, helping me not just build connections, but also some friends. And I want to keep giving back. Keep growing and learning with the community and keep expanding our programs so that more people can upskill, grow in their careers, and get access to opportunities. So I would appreciate if you can help me with your vote, and I would love to work with you and keep growing this community. Thank you.
And our final candidate.
Hi everyone, I'm Suchitra Iyer. Just about a decade ago, I started my career in engineering. The fact that I'm a product manager right now is a testament to the wonderful mentors and amazing community I've been a part of. They've supported me, guided me, encouraged me when I needed it the most. And with my experience in small and large organizations now, I believe it's the right time to pay it back to the community. And that's why I'm so drawn to TPM. Over the past year and a half, I've had countless informal conversations with aspiring and other fellow product managers on a variety of topics. And I believe that by being a board member on TPMA, I can structure it better and scale the impact that I could have potentially had. Of all the product management communities I've been a part of, TPMA is the closest to my heart. And that's because of its focus on inclusion. It's one of the very few organizations that opens its doors not only to seasoned and experienced product managers, but also to aspiring product managers. And that is really important to me. I am a strong believer in the saying that when possible, we must build a longer table and not a higher fence. TPMA does a fantastic job with its sessions, mentoring, the diversity of topics and speakers. And then there are two key areas that I would love to focus on more. One, being social media and digital presence to cater to the next generation of youth. And second, to create more opportunities so that aspiring product managers can be exposed to product management. I bring with myself a network of wonderful students and alumni from Toronto and a beautiful network of early stage startup founders. And I can only imagine the possible synergies that exist and things that we could do to shape and influence the future of product management in the industry. For me, product leadership was never about just building great products. It was about building people, building communities, and creating opportunities for everyone to thrive. With that, I want to say thank you. I'm Suchitra Iyer, and I'd be honored to have your vote.
I think a big round of applause for all 8 of our candidates for putting it out there and wanting to contribute. Okay, so we're going to allow a little bit more time for voting. And while we do that and we collect the votes for the next sort of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm going to go through a quick overview of how our last year was, a sort of a year in review. And Joyce will join me in a second to show the financial report. Let me just make sure I get my notes. Okay. In classic PM fashion, I've got way too many slides and I didn't edit enough. So I'm going to whip through it hopefully fairly quickly and focus on the highlights. So if you're not familiar, this is our mission. This has been our mission for the last few years, and we're really attacking on many, many fronts, helping product people in the greater GTA navigate the complexities of their career in product management and challenge people as they start their career, advance their career, become leaders, and grow as leaders. And this would not be possible without our incredibly huge and amazing and passionate volunteer team. So I think a really big, warm round of applause for our volunteers. We are truly a volunteer-powered organization, and yeah, these people have been really fundamental to us being able to deliver programming all year long. We've also had more partners and sponsors this year than ever before. So these are the organizations that have come on board to support us. So I think a real quick round of applause for them as well, as both financial and venue supporters throughout the year. So last year, the goal was to transition from a survival mindset with the association coming out of COVID to stabilization, sort of making sure that we're stable so that we could grow. This year has been all about going from that stable to the scaling motion and really evolving the organization. And we broke it up into a number of different themes and OKRs, one of them being aligning our program to specific personas and audiences, something that we hadn't been doing in the past. Scaling the program through more repeatable formats and processes so that we could execute more frequently. And then starting to integrate paid staff and senior volunteers to support the execution so that we can not burn out as much as we have in the past. And so we had set a number of OKRs at the board level at the beginning of the year around those themes. Some of them include paid staff integration and making sure that we're maintaining a positive revenue to costs ratio, hitting a new target for our program revenue of 60K, executing our very first conference, and as well as some other OKRs around trying to increase the number of community or paid members, as well as our free membership. So we made it to 10% paid, which is an increase of over 100 this year. And then we were also hoping to do some experiments and trying to do some experiments around increasing our Slack community activity. So our target was 30% Slack users were monthly and active. We only managed to achieve 20%. And so that was one of our areas that we need to work on. Our challenges included volunteer and board burnout. As we've grown the association, the amount of work that it takes to put together this many programs and events and concepts has really outpaced what volunteers can do on their own. And so we've had quite a few board members and volunteers burn out from the responsibility. So that was a major challenge. We now passed a threshold for HST. So we now had to start collecting HST, and that added a lot of compliance and operational overhead that we didn't have to deal with before. Slack engagement, as I mentioned, and then product leadership focus. We were not able to execute as many leadership events and concepts as we were hoping to this year. So those were some of the challenges. But the amount of growth in our programs has been incredible. Let me just take a quick sip. So to go quickly through, our volunteer community has now 56 people across various roles, which is an all-time high. They are core to our support. We've managed to keep 73% in terms of our retention rate. So it's a core group of people that are coming back every year and adding their ideas and energy. And our volunteer satisfaction is the highest it's ever been in the association's history. And that's due to the amazing work of Barb and Cassandra and the whole volunteer team. So big round of applause for their management. If you are interested in volunteer, head to the website. There's always new roles being posted and new concepts as we go through the year. The bursary. So you may or may not know, we do an education bursary. We started it in honor, or the association started it in honor of Alan Armstrong, the founder of the TPMA. And it started as a $1,000 bursary. This year we increased it to $2,000 and awarded a bursary to 2 different winners. We had over 30 applications and 2 wonderful winners. So it's a really wonderful way of remembering our founder and then kind of paying it forward. We did more events than ever before this year. We did over 29 with over 60 speakers in panel discussions and presentations and demos, over 3,000 event registrations, 4 core event concepts, including our monthly meetup like this, workshops, product TO, which we incorporated, and a product leader breakfast. And the biggest in-person event was the 3 stages of AI product development, which was held a few months ago. workshops. So we delineate workshops as a special track that are a lot more focused around trying to teach core skills. And we delivered more workshops than we have ever in the past. But we also started experimenting with full day workshops and longer workshops that were a little bit higher cost, but also higher value. And so they were tremendously successful. We sold out every one of them, and the revenue growth for it has been commensurate. Yeah. In the fall, we were very lucky to partner and incorporate Product TO, which is a long-running signature event series that has been a big part of the Toronto community for a long time. It was founded in 2013 by Henry Dillon, and it's currently curated and steered by May Wong. May is just over there. I've made it no secret that it is my favorite form of product event, small discussions. I've got personally so much value out of having small, intimate conversations with other people going through the trenches of product management. And it's been so great to have that and join that to the TPMA's suite of events. The mentorship program. So the mentorship program is one of the most important programs that we've done over the years. And traditionally, it is a once-a-year program. This year, we made the move to scale it to, we're aiming for 3 times a year. Because we are finding that the demand in our community, both on mentorship, mentee and mentorship side, is growing. So this year we surpassed all records we've ever had for the mentorship program, thanks to the leadership of Shannon Gibson, our mentorship platform director. And yeah, so over 400 people were matched in mentorship pairs over the last year. And so it's just been an incredible growth, and it's one of the most, I think, impactful ways that someone can make an impact in your life, or if you can make an impact in their life. So highly recommend you sign up to be a mentor. No matter where you are in your career, there's always someone beneath you or trying to find out. It's really, really core to, I think, anyone's development is to help mentor other people. So this year we also took a focus on blog and our content strategy with thanks to the help of Ben McPhee, our brand new board member who joined in February. And the goal is to turn our blog and our website into a bit of a community platform that allows leaders and thinkers to share their thoughts and turn it into sort of almost a magazine style product. And it's early days. They've been working at it. The team has been working at it for only a couple months. And the increase in traffic to the website and the amount of views has already been 250% year over year. So it's been an immediate impact. They are generating a ton of different content concepts every month. The goal is 5 per month. And so if you are interested in sharing your thoughts, your wisdom with the community, there is now a written form that you can now submit your information. Slack. So while we didn't achieve our goal for monthly active users, we did increase the amount of activity and the amount of members that are people that are on the Slack and sort of viewing information and things like that. It's one of the hardest things to figure out how to deliver value. And so if you have ideas on how we can change our Slack community to being more impactful for you, what problems do you want it to solve? What kind of conversations do you want to see on there? We're very open to ideas right now. So you can come talk to me after the event or shoot us an email to any of the TPMA emails. Toronto Product Con. So this is a brand new signature event that we put together this year. We sold out with 411 attendees. Our goal was essentially to break even and to learn as an organization how to produce a conference. We did not expect to sell out with weeks in advance. and the support that we've received for it was incredible. The amount of speakers, the unconference sessions, the volunteers, it was a really incredible experience. If you weren't there, I highly recommend you block off. It was probably going to be the Thursday of next year's Tech Week. We'll communicate about it, but it was a really special event, and it was a big win for the community. Okay, so now I'm going to ask Joyce to come up and go through our financial statements and just to see how this all played out this year.
Thank you, Andrew. So let's talk about the numbers. So this year was a record year for TPMA financially. The additional programming we added generated a lot more revenue. Okay, can you guys hear me okay? Okay, now it's better. So this year was a record year for TPMA. As you can see, we almost tripled our revenue. And we also multiplied our net profit. And we also doubled our cash on hand. And we also have a big margin improvement. Before I go further, I want to clarify one important point. For the financial overview you're seeing, it only includes revenue and expenses that actually hit our bank account before the end of our financial year, which was May 31st. And these are the numbers that hit our bank account. Our product conference took place May 28th, just days before our year's end. So as a result of that, some conference revenue and most of the conference expense were paid after May 31st. Those numbers are not included in these FY26 numbers, but we will show you the full conference financial picture on a separate slide. So that is the context. So that's why I say this is a record financial year. Revenue, profit, margin are all doing really well. And now the question is, where did it come from? Like what kind of TPMA run our program? We generate revenue from our program. Like how did the money or the growth come from? So as you can see, this is a breakdown of our programs. If we exclude the conference and just look at other programming, our core programs grew roughly 80% year over year. So as you can see, the membership grew by almost 140%. The workshop also had a huge growth, more than doubled, and so did our membership. And our conference contributed to the bulk of our revenue increase and the growth. And the conference number shown here shows the conference ticket sale and conference and sponsorship fund that cleared before year's end. In future slide, I'll show you the full conference breakdown. And for programs that was less than last year, we made a deliberate choice to run fewer monthly meetups as we diversify the program mix. And we under-programmed the leadership series. So that's why you see the drop in revenue for those two programs. The takeaway for the program revenue is that our association is funded by the program it runs, not by the membership fee. Okay. And this is an overview of our target versus actual from a financial perspective. So as you can see, like Andrew mentioned, we target a program revenue of 60K. We more than exceeded that, almost doubled our goal. And we also exceeded our net surplus with net profit. And for the paid staff integration, we were hoping for a 2-to-1 ratio where we generate $2 of revenue for every $1 of staff spent. We have achieved a 4-to-1 ratio, which shows that investing in operation and paid staff pays for itself. And for the cash on hand, we target for 80K. We have exceeded that, which gives us a healthy cushion of financial stability. Okay, now let's look at the conference financial summary. The conference was actually the biggest financial bet this year. And this slide shows all the conference revenue and expense, regardless of when they hit our bank. And it's a true financial picture of the event. So the conference revenue was nearly 64K, which include the ticket sale and sponsorship revenue. And the direct cost was around 34K, which covers catering, paid staff, speaker, facility rental, production, and everything. And this leaves a net profit of almost 30K with a 46% margin. So to put this into perspective, the 64K that the conference generated was more than our entire FY25 total revenue. Our FY25's total revenue was around 40K. So this conference as a single program outperformed our entire previous year. And this is a major achievement for a first-year event, and it established template that we can repeat and improve upon future years. And this shows a breakdown of the conference cost. So most of the cost came from catering and paid staff, some of the speakers and facilities. Okay, with that, I'm going to hand it off to Andrew, who will walk us through how we plan on using the surplus.
Thank you, Joyce. Okay, we're on the home stretch. Thank you for sticking with us. The votes are just being tallied, and I think we're almost ready to talk about who's won the election, and then get back to the social. So there's been a lot of growth, as you've seen, and the number one thing that was important to us to reinvest in is operational staff to maintain the future and stability of the association. And so we've done that in a number of different ways, and we're going to continue to do it over the next few months. One around hiring part-time staff for the mentorship program, the events coordinator, an operational lead for the association, as well as a social media and marketing. We're also exploring different things around higher paid speakers from out of town, sort of international speakers, different program concepts, different accessibility concepts. There's going to be a lot of different ideas over the next few months on how we continue grow. But some of these things, our future plans include improving our communication and consistency. We're going to continue scaling our mentorship program. We're looking for bigger speakers and a wider range of speakers for all of our event programs. We're going to explore GTA regional meetups. So we've talked about that in, say, Mississauga and Brampton and other cities. Of course, we're gonna talk about the product conference. But if you have ideas or different program concepts that you think that we should explore and use our association time and effort towards, we're always open. Please email us, please talk to me or any of the board members, because we're ultimately here to serve the needs of our members. Now, with that, I think I will be calling Barb up, our scrutineer, to announce the election results. We have tallied the votes. Okay. So are you going to come up, Barb, or do you want me to? I think the slide is in place. Is that correct? Okay, great. It's a team effort. 2 slide deck people at the same time. Here, I think I can unhide it for you. There we go. I got it. Okay. So as I announced the results, I just want to say again, thank you so much to, of course. thank you so much to everyone that has put their time and effort towards this. For all the candidates that were not elected, there was a lot of different ways to be incorporated into the TPMA, so we really value your input and your ideas, and so please keep the conversation going. There's so many different ways to contribute to the community. And so without further ado, I believe the votes are in, and so our 4 board members that have run, so a big round of applause for Okay, now with that, we have concluded. So I declare the candidates duly elected as directors for the association for 3-year terms, pending confirmation from each individual in writing within 10 days of today. I'm also happy to confirm that the AGM minutes approval and waiving the audit requirements resolutions have also passed. So before we close the meeting, is there any other business items that we should discuss? Any other member motions to be put forward? Going once, going twice? Okay. So with that, that brings us to a close of the items of the business notice for the meeting. Before we pause, let's just give one more big round of applause to all the volunteers and team that has been present. All right. So now the most formal event of the year has now come to a close. I will now ask a motion for the formal part of this meeting to be terminated. First, I need a second. Perfect. Thank you. So the motion is passed and we are done for the day. So please enjoy, eat, drink. Thank you so much for being with us today. And we look forward to another great year.